everybody. Welcome to an edition of Driving with Dave. Sometimes I like to think I'm a voice of reason out there. I try and look at things from as neutral a perspective as I can. I try. I think that's more than what a lot of people, well, they don't even try. They just don't. They've made up their mind, and there's no other perspective that's valid. If you don't think the way they think, not only will they dissociate with you, but they also tend to disparage you, demonize you. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. Both sides, all sides, whatever. I think that it's something that, especially in this day and age, we must figure out how to listen to reason. Let me tell you something. Reason, a true voice of reason, or a sound voice of reason, is going to be based on truth. And if you can't figure out how to measure truth, then quit thinking that yours is the truth. If you don't know how to measure truth, quit thinking that your version is the truth. Alright, so first words are to our president, Mr. President, President Trump. Obviously, your call was not perfect. Quit saying it was. If it was perfect, and I'm saying if it was perfect, there would be nothing to scrutinize. Nothing. There would be nothing to scrutinize if it were perfect. It was not perfect. Now, to everyone else, all sides, for, against, anti, pro, con, friend of, enemy of, never, always, whatever your position. The fact, and this is a fact, the fact that 12 people from all sides of this can read the transcript and come up with at least 2 interpretations. And I'm going to generalize that the interpretations are going to either fall in the area of no crime and some crime committed. Because all interpretations are going to say that in resolution, either a crime was committed or no crime was committed. Okay. And since we can resolve that it is such a divide, okay, and I'm asking for the perspective of a jury on the indictment of a crime. We're not looking at preponderance of evidence. We're looking for guilty or not guilty. And this is in the court of public opinion because this is a duly elected president. Was a crime committed? In your opinion, that is your perspective, your interpretation of the call, because no evidence has surfaced that a crime was committed. if we look at a mafia boss's court, where bribery or extortion may have been the charge, there is overwhelming evidence, and that mob boss must still be voted by the jury unanimously guilty of the crime. You don't vote them innocent, you vote them guilty. Is the person guilty, yes or no? And that is because the evidence presented before the court resolved to show without a doubt. Now, if we're looking at what we see with the president, even the person that the Democrats say is the victim of bribery, i.e. the Ukrainian president, he doesn't see that there was bribery, that there was strong arming, that there was pressure. So we've got to see where is this evidence. Right now, the only evidence we have is the transcript of the call. And because the jury, the people, are so divided on the act of a crime, yes or no, what is Schiff doing? He's trying to sway that public opinion, but I don't think it's working, and I don't think that was his job. I think that we can look at the vote of the Republicans in that vote on whether or not to even move forward with the inquiry. We can look at that and see that it was actually a nonpartisan no. Not a single Republican voted yes. 2 Democrats voted no. Relatively speaking, it was a nonpartisan or a bipartisan no. A very much partisan yes. So that tells you, one, that this isn't working out the way that Nancy Pelosi had even hoped it would, because she said, and if I may, I will remind you, she said this must go through with such overwhelming evidence that the inquiry becomes a bipartisan effort. I don't think it met that criteria. So she moved her goalposts. Her goalposts, she moved them. That's all I got to say about that. You got to figure out. It's like, look, there is not enough evidence. If there is any evidence of a crime, there is not enough of it to provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that President Trump is guilty of a crime. So what we have is a few people, professional bureaucrats, career bureaucrats, that work at the pleasure of the president, that think there are some irregularities in the way our foreign policy is being exercised. The things that are being done. Well, who writes that foreign policy? And it seems to me that it's the president that kind of generates that foreign policy. So maybe we missed a little formality where Giuliani was officially, titled as an envoy. Would that have made a difference to the Democrats? I doubt it. An envoy may simply be an honorary, government position as a diplomat of sorts, paid or unpaid. Would it really matter? Giuliani was an envoy. Does it really matter to the Democrats that he was officially knighted as an envoy? Probably not. Since it didn't occur, that just makes their pathway a little easier. The Democrats, and also Mr. President, this is not an impeachment hoax. It is an impeachment attempt. They are not hoaxing you. They are really trying to. The crime may be a hoax. That's about all I can say about that. But the impeachment is not a hoax. The crime is a hoax. Because I don't see a crime yet. And believe me, if there is overwhelming evidence that a crime was committed, I will elbow people in the gut to be first in line to say, yes, there was a crime. And I also don't agree with this barrage of attacks. They are verbal, I guess they're attacks, calling people never Trumpers, especially if you've never met them. They're only called to be, the Democrats' Trojan horse. That's it. So, this is a tiring, exhausting effort that we have to endure. We're still looking for the crime. Because although Democrats seem to keep coming up with a crime, they are looking to charge. Maybe, they see evidence, what they perceive to be evidence of a crime, and then say, this is the crime. Oh, that evidence didn't turn out to be what we thought it'd be. Oh, this is the crime. Oh, that evidence didn't turn out to be what we thought it'd be. Wait, we finally found the crime. Oh, that evidence didn't turn out to be what we thought it was. That's what we have. That's all we seem to have. So, until we have a crime, ain't nobody doing any time, except the Democrats, sure wasting a lot of it. Taxpayer money and time. They still haven't done anything worthwhile. They may have done a lot of piddling things, and of course a lot of things that they know aren't going to get through and passed into law, but they sure say, we've passed a lot of stuff. Impeach, 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 impeach. We've passed a lot of stuff. Impeach, 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 impeach. Oh, none of our stuff got through. None of it been written into law because we passed a lot of crap that we knew wouldn't get through anywhere because we want to impeach. I don't get it. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. God bless.